So we're going to be talking about sanding cabinets, refinishing cabinets that are already painted, Sherry. So people are asking me what abrasives should they use first to sand a painted cabinet door, to scratch it, and then I'm going to paint it, and then like multiple coats. What should I sand with in between coats?
So to start with, I would sand with a 220 grit, with Filmtek 220, with a interface pad on the 3x4 sander, especially if it's a shaker door, so we drop in, we don't do any damage. But I would sand it really, really good, then blow it off. And then with my edges, I would probably go with the 180 Eka Diamond.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
And then in between coats, I recommend very fine, because I just want to put that scratch in there for that second or the next coat to adhere.
Right.
Right? So, and 320 you can use between each step, each coat. So if you're laying down two different coats over the paint, you can sand with 320 in both steps.
So it doesn't have to be very complicated. I can
No.
sand with the 220 to begin with, and then a 320 in between coats.
Yes.
Yeah. And so if I got to do any hand sanding, an Eka Diamond sponge. So Unita does have these new sponges right here that have abrasives on the side. What would I use that for if I'm sanding cabinets and refinishing?
So I've been testing it a lot. It's great in shaker doors, but I've seen some of the beveled edges on the shakers. It'll actually work in there. It'll work on any type of beaded edge. Also, you can use it. But I like this for the insert panel.
Right. So it doesn't have to be very complicated. I mean, you could just get Filmtek. Filmtek is a plastic abrasive, and then a foam abrasive, and then if you have to do any hand sanding, Eka Diamond. So we got Eka Silk, we've got Filmtek, and then we've got Eka Diamond. There you have it. I don't know what took so long, but only Unita could do something like this. Check it out. We've got foam abrasives now, closed cell foam abrasives with abrasive on the side for shaker style doors. I'm super stoked. Sherry, tell me about these things. What are these going to do for our audience out there?
This is going to change the way we sand shaker doors, because before we would have to grab a second sponge after sanding the center panel, and a lot of times we would mess up the scratch in the center panel, and we wouldn't get a good scratch here on the profile. Now we'll get both surfaces sanded, and it'll look fantastic.
This is super cool. So we have closed cell abrasives. We've got three different abrasives now in this. So what do we got?
We've got three different grits. We've got fine, very fine, and super fine. So we'll be able to touch all three. That's the most used. Super fine being for sealer, the very fine, and the fine for primer.
So this is a 10 millimeter closed cell.
Yes.
So do you have a 5 millimeter also?
No, there's no use for it because of the depth of the profile on the shaker door. We need to really be stay above that profile, so our sander doesn't damage it and still be able to catch that inside profile. The other thing that's really interesting about this is that when I was sanding with it, with the 10 mil, we always had a hard time getting in this corner.
Yeah.
This, because of the edge and the way it's made, manufactured, it really gets up close in that edge and in that corner, and we are really good at getting that corner sanded.
So this is pretty cool, because I've been waiting for this for a long time, and only Unita, once again, can do this. So they've made our 3x4 sander a lot more versatile, as if it's not been versatile enough. So you gotta check this abrasive out. If you got one of these sanders, you gotta get this abrasive, give it a test. If you don't have one of the 3x4 sanders, you need to get one. It's the most versatile sander you ever use as a painter for cabinet refinishing, furniture refinishing, and doing interior and exterior trim. So get it, the 3x4 sander, the Eka Sand 3x4 sander. So I use Filmtek, and one of the reasons why I use Filmtek is it lasts longer and cuts better than any abrasive I've ever used. It's a plastic abrasive. Sherry, can you give our audience here some reasons why they should give Filmtek a try?
Yes, I've tested a lot of this since I've been with Unita, and one of the reasons I promote and sell mostly Filmtek is because of the 4 boxes that I checked. Good cut rate, good longevity, good finish, great price. When we're looking at a disc, we want all of that to equate to time saving and money.
Right, so Filmtek, it comes in all the different sizes, 5-inch, 6-inch and 3x4.
Right, 3-inch, 8-inch. We can do it in any dimension.
Okay, so that's Filmtek, and then Filmtek is a little bit different than EcoStorm. EcoStorm is a paper abrasive, right?
Right.
So you got to give Filmtek a try. This is what I use doing all my cabinet refinishing work. It's absolutely amazing. Once again, it lasts longer and cuts better than anything I've ever used in the past.